When most people hear HOA, they immediately think of rules, fees, and maybe a little bit of red tape. But let's look at it differently. An HOA is really a group of neighbors coming together to protect the place that they call home. Think of it as the guardian for your home's value. Your home isn't just where you sleep. For most of us, it's the biggest investment we'll ever make. It sounds simple, but keeping the neighborhood looking beautiful stops the unfortunate decline that can happen when yards and homes get ignored. When the whole street looks great, everyone's equity stays protected. What about those extra perks? The pools, the trails, and the parks? These are shared luxuries that would be way too expensive for many people to build or maintain on their own. An HOA may even handle the unseen stuff, like private roads and drainage systems. Basically being the behind-the-scenes crew, making sure the neighborhood stays functional and safe for the long haul. Now, let's be totally honest. Living in an HOA is a bit of a partnership, and every partnership has its trade-offs. You're essentially trading a tiny bit of absolute freedom for a whole lot of peace of mind. You might agree not to paint your front door neon green, but in exchange, you get the certainty that your neighbor won't turn their front lawn into a permanent parking lot for rusted cars. There are some financial realities to keep in mind too. Beyond your regular monthly dues, there's always a chance for a special assessment. If something major comes up, like a new roof for the clubhouse, and there's insufficient monies saved in the reserve, because board is made up of human beings, sometimes the community dynamic can get a little bumpy if communication isn't clear. That's why I'm such a believer in boards being transparent and neighborly. When people feel heard, the rules don't feel like a burden. They feel like a shared standard. One of my favorite things about great HOAs is the social side. It's about building a small town feeling in the middle of a busy world. Whether it's a neighborhood food truck night, a safety committee, or just bumping into someone at the dog park, the HOA creates the space for those connections to happen. It also gives us a more defined way to handle disagreements. In a regular neighborhood, a dispute over a loud dog or a messy fence can turn into a permanent feud. In an HOA, we have a clear process to work things out. The board acts as a neutral helper to make sure everyone follows the same playbook, which keeps the peace and keeps neighbors being, well, neighbors. If you're looking at a home in an HOA, treat it like a new relationship. Don't just fall in love with the kitchen. You've got to check out and see what's going on with the association itself. Ask to see the reserve study. You want to know the HOA has a healthy savings account for future repairs so you don't get hit with a surprise bill 6 months after moving in. Read the last few months of board member meetings. Are they solving problems and being helpful, or is there a lot of tension? You want to join a community that's moving in a positive direction. Read the rules before you sign. If you have 3 large dogs and run a business from your garage, and the rules say no, don't buy that house thinking you're going to change the board's mind later. Find a neighborhood that's actually matching your lifestyle. At the end of the day, a well-run HOA is about consistency. It's about making sure 10 or 20 years from now, your street is just as lovely and your home's equity is protected. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. And when it's done right, it makes coming home the best part of your day.